Hi, I'm Erin, and I'm going to be showing you a few different stages in the natural drying process of the avocado stone, and a few of the advantages and disadvantages to carving in each stage. So generally I like to start with the freshest ones, and I'll show you that first. So they all have this skin on the outside. This one is probably a week or two old. They dry out a lot quicker if you take the skin off, but sometimes I carve them that same day. And this dark line is from where the knife cut in when I was opening the avocado, and it's beginning to oxidize. So this one I can probably split open. If I can't, then I'll just grab my knife here and do that. And then I have two halves. So this is the easiest stage to start cutting into it. The only disadvantage is that your lines won't be as clean once they dry for your little details, but I always find that I can just use sandpaper and my knife to clean that up later on. I think it's useful just to be able to have that nice soft seed to carve into. After you split them, if you wait a week or two, they'll be more like this, and the whole seed is starting to darken. These are a little harder to cut into, so I'll use a bigger knife generally to get started. I'll kind of show you here if I was doing a mushroom. This is just taking a little bit more force. I'll still carve these. I'm not going to just toss them, but I definitely prefer the ease of carving the fresher seeds. But yeah, that's those. And then if you wait, this one's probably a month or 2 or 3 old. This is very solid. And with this you'd really need a Dremel or a lot of patience to carve these. As opposed to this, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's very almost spongy. It's not like real wood at all. So these I don't carve. I throw these out into the garden and let them decompose out there if I accidentally let them get too old. Dremel carving's fine. I don't own a Dremel, and I prefer to carve. Sometimes I'm out, like at a park or an art show, or sometimes I'm just not at home where I can have a Dremel and do all of that, even if I had one. So I just get rid of these. So one other thing is the oxidation that I wanted to mention. They all do get much darker after they've been exposed to the oxygen. This is even starting to darken up a little bit. And you can kind of use this to your advantage for like a design element. I'll show you two here. This is a mushroom that I left a little bit of the skin on the spiral for an accent, so that it gets that nice dark coloring there. And then this is one that I completely carved away. So like for this little heart, I would have started by just taking off a large amount of this here. And then this will always be paler than if you leave this little thin piece of skin on here. This will turn black eventually, whereas this will be anywhere between red to very light brown. And then I always carve the back. That's another thing. If you take the layer of skin off the back, they're less likely to curl in and crack. I don't really have a problem with cracking at all because I do this, and I carve them. I'm taking away quite a bit so it can dry evenly. I don't rush the drying process. I just leave them in a basket, a little wicker basket where they get airflow for weeks and weeks until they're completely dry. And I'll go through my basket and find ones that need sanding and kind of work on them in a progression over a week or two. But that's just how I do things. I know everybody does their art a little bit different. But this is the system that I've found that works for me. So thanks for watching. Check out my other carving videos if you want to see some real-time or time-lapse carving in action. Thanks. Bye.